Alrighty, guys. Good evening. Happy fucking Wednesdays. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening so far, guys. Tonight we're going to be doing more of the OW2s. Yeah. Good. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. Gonna be doing more of a tweaking. I think we're onto something here, guys. I don't think this applies to everyone, though. I'm pretty sure most people do not have virtualized security on. But I did. Because I was using virtual machines and hypervisor. Huh. Let's see what's going on the tubes tonight, guys, here. Still don't understand what uses my core 1 through 8 when I'm not in games. So, like, the one weird thing about, like, Windows is it doesn't give you very good metrics for tracking threads on a per core basis. Like, you can kind of do it. Like, here in Resource Monitor, like, I can click on it. And you can see it'll show, like, a blue line of where it's actually, like, utilizing stuff. But if it's not actually using much, you can't really tell where it's operating, like, at all. So, it is very difficult to nail down processes that are using certain cores when you have a multi-core system. Which is funny because multi-core systems have been around for 2 decades at this point. So, yeah. Like, I want to see what's actually using core 1 through 8. Good evening, David, by the way. And Slane. Way to, like, track this. You have percents, you have averages, but this is across all your cores. Why? 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 It's 8 through 23 because this is still back from when I had 3900K. Oh, I have 16 cores now. Good. Good evening, Shame. How am I doing? Pretty good. Good. Lies about nuclear waste? Yep. That's a new deal now, which is nuclear waste can be reprocessed. Just having facilities reprocessed in the first place just isn't something that's very easy to come by. There has to be a big startup that actually just starts collecting it and processing it themselves. Each company can't process it themselves because there's not enough money in it. Backplate cooling. Please don't do this. No shit. Kosovo. Biggest Kosovo producer in the world. Black Demon. Oh my god, another Sharknado movie. Wow, I really want to see it. Oh my god, Pool Guy. We haven't watched Pool Guy in forever. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is good and Marvel is dying. I heard it's pretty good. Watched Critical Drinking on it last night. God, it's a pincher. Oldest move in the book. Actually, it's not. The oldest move in the book, that is. Let's see, there's what was a video I wanted to take a peek at here, guys. Was it Ultimate Cheap 2.5 gigabit switch? Saw this on my feed. Take a quick peek at this. Well, not quick peek. Finally cheap. 2 years ago, 1 month ago, 10 months ago. Let's take a look at this. It's a combination.
If you're like me, finding a 2.5.
I don't think any of this is actually tested for Lancy, though. Not that it really should matter, but it probably does.
But one advantage I have is that I have the STH team, and we can go buy a bunch of these switches and tell you what are the best options out there. So we went out and bought 15 different 2.5 gig Ethernet switches to finally answer that question, like, what is worth it? But hold on, let's back up for a second. Hey guys, this is Patrick from STH, and today we are going to answer the question, what is the best inexpensive 2.5 gig Ethernet switch out there? We have options that range from the 5-port 2.5 gig Ethernet switches to the 8-port models.
So they're actually becoming affordable now. Not that I really think anyone actually uses these, because almost everyone does streaming media nowadays. Like, this is really big back in the days where you transfer files around your network.
5 of these units on the STH main site, but I just went and we looked at the Amazon.
Nowadays, it really doesn't matter at all.
2.5 gig Ethernet unmanaged switches, like what's the least expensive out there, and we bought all the ones that we didn't have. And then there were a couple from AliExpress that I thought were just interesting and I just wanted to know more about. So those also got added in there, and they're actually definitely pretty interesting. And so with that, we came up with a set of 15 different low-cost unmanaged 2.5 gig switches. And I just want to say thank you real quick to the STH YouTube members for really making this possible. Your support allows us to go and buy these units. So if you want to join and help out the channel so we can do more projects like this, you can go find the link to join down below. It's always appreciated if you can help out. We'll also have some affiliate links if you do want to go buy one of these. You don't feel any pressure to, but you could use those if you want. We got to pay for this somehow, guys. So the basic game plan today is we're going to take a look at the 5-port switches, then the 8-port switches, then ones that have 10 gigabit and PoE, and we're going to tell you which ones are managed.
PoE is for generally for cameras.
Because, these are low-cost
it's actually really cool because you can technically power a lot of devices on your network, including like media players from PoE, which means you'd only have to run an Ethernet cable to them, which in and of itself is actually really cool.
The that we have, that is the QNAP QSW.
PoE is not used nearly enough, though, so
this is
you could power basically all your networking peripherals off of it.
Ethernet unit.
I think PoE can provide up to 100 watts nowadays, so.
Are actually fanless. We also get a little tiny power adapter. So
this is a CNET review. Like, are they actually going to do any sort of meaningful testing?
So it doesn't have any management.
I think the only thing to do is bandwidth testing, though. So maybe not. We'll give it a shot, though.
This is just your basic low-cost switch. We paid $110 for this switch, which is like $22 a port. This switch used about 4 watts at idle using the included power adapter, and then about another 1 watt per 2.5 gig port that we lit up, which makes this one of the least expensive and lowest power units that we have. Now, a lot of folks are gonna say, hey, 1 gig is cheaper than $22 a port, so why is this more expensive? I don't know, guys, that's just kind of where we are. I wanna bring awareness to that with this series and just kind of show you what's out there. Okay, for our next feature, we're gonna look at the Netgear options. So there is the Netgear MS MS305 and MS105. They come with the same exact little power adapter, and as I was looking at these units on Amazon, I could not figure out what the difference was between the two units. I mean, if you look at these, it's only the color that's really different, but that's not exactly the case. They are priced differently. So the MS305 is about $135. The MS105, that
Reputable brand, obviously, Netgear.
Ah. And I couldn't figure out what the difference was between the two of them. And so we started testing them, and we saw that they both used about 4 watts of power, and then they would add like 4.4 to 4.7 watts per 2.5 gig Ethernet
branding.
Plug in.
So they just rebranded a higher end unit for a different market.
They have the same port count. I mean, these things look almost exactly. I mean, they were exactly identical. The difference, however, is that the MS105 has a lifetime warranty, whereas the
$15 for
has a 3-year warranty.
Lifetime warranty.
It's a higher model number. It's actually the lower end unit.
I don't think I've ever had a port. I've never actually had a switch go bad.
At the same time,
I've had switch ports go bad. That is due to lightning strikes. However, I've never actually had a switch go bad just through normal use.
These are managed, and they are also
$15 maybe you would pay for a power adapter, but then you have to pay for shipping. So
now, the next unit that we're looking at is this one over
power adapters go bad.
The TreadNet TEG S350. Now, this is one that we actually reviewed back when STH was still in California years ago, and it has gone through some price reduction since then. It's now about $145, but you can tell its age a bit. It still idles right around that 4-watt range, which we've seen with other ones. However, the big difference is that the power consumption when you plug something in here goes up by about 1.2 watts or something like that. So it's a little higher than some of the other systems that other switches that we've looked at. But it's still a fanless unit. I do think though, in this category, you're really competing on price more than
no latency testing.
This one probably needs to come down in price a bit. Now, the third one that we have
routing testing, latency testing.
Now, this is one that, by the way, we've gotten a ton of folks that always ask like, hey, can you look at this one? This is the MG105. It's another fanless unit. It's also the lowest priced unit at only $100. So it's about $10 less than the QNAP. The flip side of it though is that it is using more power. I think it was about 4.7 watts. Looking at the notes here, it's about 4.7 watts.
Kind of curious how they do the throughput testing too.
And then once we start,
I don't know if that's backplane testing or just throughput
1.4
per
watts
port. So they're just going between 2 ports
for each of the incremental 2.5 gig ports. So this one has the lowest entry cost, but it probably has a little bit more operational costs than the other units that we've seen. Now, if you fancy yourself to be an international man, woman, child of mystery, well, you might need something that's a little bit more international, and that is what Asus Store has for you. This is the ASW205T, and it comes in at around $120. It's actually the lowest idle power one that we've seen. So this is the 3.7 watts we saw on this one at completely idle, and then it has about 1 watt per port that we added in there. So it actually has like one of the lowest power consumptions that we've seen.
See, this is kind of weird. So I think this is they're just adding up the per port. Like this is probably between 2 ports and they just keep adding them on top of each other. That's it. So they aren't testing overall like, so switches have backplane, right? So if you have traffic going between 2 ports or all 5 ports at the same time, it's called backplane aggregate bandwidth, I think it is. So there's a certain amount of bandwidth that can go between all 5 of these ports at the same time, right? So imagine all 5 of these ports are talking to each other. Best way of actually doing this is somehow like transferring, like let's say BitTorrent is probably the best way of doing that. A torrent over all 5 ports between all 5 clients. You can do BitTorrent on a LAN, mind you, between all 5 clients and see if you can actually maximize with the throughput on the back end of the switch. So basically, all these clients are going to be sharing data with each other at the same time, and probably eventually going to reach a point where it's bottlenecked. Maybe a lot of switches are supposed to be just there's a name for it, but basically they have enough bandwidth where it's never going to be a bottleneck on the back end, but that's never tested. So whether or not that's true or not, that's the whole reason you test claims, right? There's a term for it. Non-blocking, I think it is. Non-blocking switching is what it's called. So there's a point at which there's so much bandwidth available that it'll never actually reach it. And no one tests it. No one tests really networking peripherals in general. It's just, this is basically all you get, which is one of the reasons we don't look at like hardware reviews for like, if you want to buy a new router, it's basically like Dong knows, and he basically just reads off the specs like CNET off the back and does some mediocre testing, some very basic testing to the devices themselves. Basically just doing a speed test and then doing a wireless test. They're like, oh, look, hey, look, guys, we got the throughput, and this is a little bit less wireless throughput than this other router we got, and they never test the routing capabilities anymore. Small net builder used to do it, but then they stopped doing that.
Special little feature is this little adapter. Now we have the US plug that's on here, but it also comes with a variety of international plugs. Now, if you fancy yourself to be an international being of mystery, you can always go and put this in your suitcase along with a couple international travel adapters, and no matter where your next adventure takes you, you will be able to power this unit, as long as it's one of the options that they have. Next up, we have the Moker Link 5-port switch. This is called the 2G041G. And if you've never heard of Moker
Link,
Link,
CNET shopping.
I had never heard of Moker Link either. However, what I did notice is that this switch looked a lot like another switch that we had purchased, and so I was like, I wonder if that's like the same OEM or something, but it's just on Amazon. The big advantage of this switch is that it was $106, which makes it the third least expensive switch in our roundup. The idle power consumption was about 5 watts, and we saw just a little over 0.4 watts per port that we attached. So it wasn't too bad, and we got a nice little little power adapter as well. Okay, so that was 7 just plain vanilla 5-port 2.5 gig Ethernet switches. But what happens if you need a little bit more than 5 ports? Because you're going to lose one to an uplink port most likely anyway, right? So let's talk about the 8-port switches that are just kind of the basic ones.
Use a 1 gigabit port switch in addition to it, because almost none of your devices are going to have 2.5 gigabit, so it doesn't matter.
S350, and it uses just a little bit more power at about 5 watts when it's idle, and then about 1 watt for every port that's plugged in. The price of this one, though, when we checked to go do this roundup, was only $149, or about $4 more than the 5-port version. So frankly, to me, I would always get the 8-port version over the 5-port version for an extra $4. That is,
most people would.
You gotta go do it, right?
Upsell you. Probably costs them almost nothing either.
Review on the STH main site. Now, the other unit we have is another one that we've reviewed previously, and that is this TP-Link 8-port unit.
TP-Link's a decent brand. It's a generic brand, but it's been around for a while.
Pretty decent, but it's the TLSH1008.
Usually pretty good.
Now, this not only feels a lot more solid than that TrendNet unit, but it's also a lot less expensive. It's somewhere between like $102, $102 and about $110, and discounts and stuff kind of push it in that range. But it is significantly less expensive than that. It's also pretty much the same price as a lot of the low-cost 5-port options. So if you're looking for something that is in that 5-port range but has an extra one, you can totally get this one. Power consumption is also pretty good with about a 4.4 watt idle, and then adding about 1.2 watts for every additional port that you plug in. Now, at this point, you might be saying, hey, why does everyone not get this one? And one of the big reasons is that this is one of those special ones. We've looked at only units from Amazon. This was one that we had to procure from AliExpress. TP-Link has a number of switches that they sell only in China or not in the US.
AliExpress can be hit or miss. You're basically, if you order off AliExpress, guys, you can basically waive your ability to return something goodbye. But that being said, you can get some pretty cool shit off AliExpress. You can also get a lot of really bad stuff and scams off AliExpress. So
like that in it. We also took a look at the 24-port 2.5 gig and 8-port 10 gig version. That is really cool. That you should definitely go check out. Again, we'll link that in the description. But the lowest cost 8-port option.
Excuse me, guys.
Hey, let's face it. If you only have 2.5 gig Ethernet ports, then what do you do about uplink, right? Your uplink is only going to be 2.5 gig Ethernet, so you're always going to be oversubscribing your uplinks. Or what if you have a NAS that you want to serve?
Not really. That would make sense. So a NAS would make sense, but your uplink to the internet, no. You're probably almost always going to be bottlenecked by the uplink or the your ISP's, your plan to the internet, your internet plan, right, is definitely going to be a lot, maybe less. I think there's plans that are over a gig now, not that most people actually give a shit about it. 300 megabits is enough for me, sort of ordeal. Yeah, but yeah, not really that big of a deal. Maybe someone, like, in order for that to matter too, you'd have to have multiple people using more than 2.5 gigabits at the same time, so you get throttled by it. Like, my router has a 10 gigabit port on it to the internet, and I think it has a 2.5. So it technically probably could get saturated. Like if we use a 2.5 and then has a 4 gigabit ports on it too, 2.5 and then 4 gigabits, 6.5 gigabits. So maybe it'd matter. I'm not even using it.
Well, you need 10 gig Ethernet. If you need 10 gig Ethernet,
Chinese government owned AliExpress? No.
Out there. One of them
it's like a
is
big
this
mega conglomerate.
TrendNet unit, which I'm going to show you right here. This is the TrendNet TEG.
These are pretty cool. If there's actually a reason to get faster Ethernet, which there really isn't, so.
Port, 2.5 gig Ethernet unit with two 10 gig ports. And these ports are not just SFP plus ports, these are actually 10G base T ports. Now the power on this switch is actually quite a bit higher. For example, just the 2.5 gig Ethernet ports, it's about 4.4 watts at idle, but then it adds about 1.2 watts per 2.5 gig Ethernet port, and even more for the 10G base T ports. So if you want, you can still run these at 2.5 gig Ethernet, or you can run them at 1 gig like all these ports, but you can also run them all the way up to 10G base T speeds. It does not support 5G base T though on the switch. Pricing is also at the higher end of our spectrum. It's $190. The advantage though is that this is a metal case and it's also a fanless one as well, so it's not going to be super loud or anything like that. And plus you also get an extra port versus some of the 5-port options. It's also the only one in our roundup that came with 10G base T. But 10G base T is very divisive if you look at our comments. Some folks love 10G base T because they use the same cable. Other folks want the flexibility of using DAX or fiber, and so they prefer SFP.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the people that are probably watching this channel, they're probably all networkaholics, so people that are in telecom. And then they're like, I'm going to wire my house up with fiber and shit because they do it at work, right? But for a majority of people and users, it's probably not an issue in any way, shape, or form. Almost everyone's going to use copper instead of fiber. And transceiver ports, which he's talking about right now, are the little square things. And you can put certain modules in them. They'll give you like fiber, just different types of fiber too, or copper.
Plus cages.
But the adapters still cost money.
Folks, well, we have another switch for you, and that is this one right here. This is the QNAP QSW 210425A. And something you will immediately notice is that we have another one where we have 4 2.5 gig Ethernet ports plus 2 SFP plus ports. That gives us the same 4 2.5 gig plus 2 10 gig port configuration, just different types of 10 gig. Now, if you do have a mixed environment where maybe you need one SFP plus and you need one 10G base T, well, you can always use one of these little adapters and you can get a 10G base T port from a switch like this. We did test it with this and it's
those adapters like $20.
These things tend to cost a lot compared to the cost of the switch. So it's kind of more like a last resort option.
I'm pretty sure you can get them relatively cheap. Maybe it's just Chinese knockoffs.
And one of the benefits of this QNAP switch is that it's only $130, which puts it in the price range of a lot of just the ones that are like 5-port 2.5 gig Ethernet. I mean, this has 2 10 gig and 4-port 2.5 for about the same price. I mean, this is literally less than the 5-port TrendNet unit that we looked at. The idle power on this was also super low. It was only a 3-watt idle, making it the lowest power one that we saw. And adding a 2.5 gig port to this, or plugging in a 2.5 gig thing, was only like 0.3 watts. Now, going to SFP side, you're gonna have usually more than a watt, but it will depend on if you're using, a high-end optic, if you're using a 10G base T adapter, anything like that. You're definitely gonna have some variance, but is very cool that you get the SFP cages because you can actually do a lot of things with SFP plus. But again, that only has 4 2.5 gig Ethernet ports and it's unmanaged. So that is why we have this next one, which is another MokerLink unit. This is the 2G05210GSM. What an amazing product name that is. This is a 2.5 gig Ethernet port switch, plus you get 2 SFP plus 10 gigs. But there's something else in this switch that I think is absolutely amazing, and it sets it apart from all of the other switches that we've looked at so far. And that is, I don't know if you can see this, right here we have the login information because this is a managed switch. And so Brian and I were like, no, there's no way this is really a managed switch at this price. Now this is the Hasvo
that's pretty expensive.
S600 WP 5GT.
Managed switches are something for actual networks, like businesses and shit.
This is pretty much, let me just kind of show you this real quick, because if you see this compared to the MokerLink unit, you might think that this is almost exactly the same because the ports are almost exactly the same. The sides of this, everything looks almost exactly identical, right? So these have to be the exact same switches, right? You'd be wrong on a couple of counts there. The first one is that the Hasavo unit is only $165, making it much less expensive than the Mokerlink. And sometime between, by the way, between when we purchase these units and then when we're recording this, the Mokerlink is now off of Amazon, so I don't really know what to tell you on that one. But other than that, you can still get the Hasavo one, but you can't get it on Amazon. You have to get it on AliExpress. But one of the advantages of the Hasavo unit is that you, again, get that same sticker with admin login credentials. It's actually a different IP address, but it looks like it's almost the exact same management interface. So this is a 5-port 2.5 gig Ethernet switch plus 2 SFP plus 10 gig ports. Power consumption was the highest at 7.1 watts at idle, and then adding about another 1 watt for the 2.5 gig ports, and then whatever for the SFP as well. It's still a fanless managed switch, but there was one other secret hiding inside. One of the other big differences that I've been kind of hiding from you, this is the Mokerlink power adapter, which is kind of dainty and stuff, and this is the Hasavo power adapter. So you might be wondering, why does the 7.1 watt idle switch need a 130-ish watt power supply for? Well, that's because this thing actually has PoE
I don't know why
as well. So yeah, not only is this only $165, but it's also managed and it also has PoE. And of course, it wouldn't be a awesome AliExpress switch if there weren't at least a couple of quirks. The biggest quirk is how that PoE works, perhaps, because there are different options here. We tested the different ports, and port 1 is a 13-watt class 3 device, but if you look at ports 2, 3, and 4, those are the 25.5 watt
like someone decided that they're just not going to put PoE on certain ports.
Port 5 over here, it's not PoE at all. So that's absolutely crazy, right? Now, if Hasavo sounds familiar, that's because we have previously looked at this switch. This is a Hasavo S1100P8GT, and this is an 8-port 2.5 gig Ethernet switch, except for the fact that it has PoE. In fact, it uses the exact same.
PoE allows you to power cameras without running a cable for power.
The video on this one, or
pretty cool.
The STH main site article, you will know.
You can do. There's a bunch of different devices that have PoE on them, though, but the big one is cameras for the most part.
Instead of GBps, so it's kind of fun. But this is by far the least expensive 8-port PoE switch that we could find. That's 2.5 gig Ethernet as well.
Not that you need to have 2.5 gigabit Ethernet on PoE. That doesn't really make sense. Camera's probably not even going to use more than 100 megabits, so that'd be pretty insane. Like 8K camera or something.
While we're doing this exercise, and then goes up by about
maybe if it's not encoding. It's not doing H.265 on board or something.
As well, so it's kind of a little different types of ports. But for a lot of people, PoE and PoE Plus are just frankly not enough. And so you might be asking, like, are there options for higher end PoE? And the answer to that is yes. We have this switch over here that we reviewed, and like, look at this power adapter, right? This power adapter is like almost the size of this switch. It's insane. This is the Netgear MS108UP. And this is a PoE++.
I don't even know where you use 2.5 gigabit Ethernet and it actually matter.
Plus ports.
Like if you're doing like over the network streaming, like you don't generally transfer files. Like it's just streaming data.
For of each of the PoE ports that you can see nicely labeled, and you also get just the normal Netgear package. This is not a managed switch, though. This is an unmanaged option. Pricing for it comes in at $230, and this uses slightly more power at idle with about 6.8 watts without anything attached, and then it goes up by about 1.4 watts, so it ends up being with one port attached about the same as that Hasavo unit that we just looked at. Okay, so summing this all up, let's get to what I think are the 5 best ones, kind of like each different category, right? First one is just what's the best low-cost switch. This was a very, very tight race, but I actually kind of like the QNAP one, and the reason I like the QNAP one is $110. It was a little bit more than the Zeisel unit, but on the other hand, it used a little bit less power, so I kind of feel like maybe I would go for this one instead. But again, the 5-port 2.5 gig Ethernet market is definitely saturated, and also if you're willing to go onto things like AliExpress, there are other options. Now, the next one, especially if you're willing to go on AliExpress, I think is this Hasavo unit with the 8 ports. Having PoE on board, I think, is super awesome, and it's like $123, $124, which makes it like really pretty darn reasonable. Now, you could say that the TP-Link one that is less expensive at like $102 for 8 ports, that could be a better deal. But frankly, I mean, if I'm deploying a switch, an extra $20 to have some PoE capabilities, I just kind of feel like is worth it because you may not need it right away, but the second that you need it, it's just way less expensive and easier to have it already built in for $20 than to have to go get another Switch or figure it out later. So I would be the kind of person that I think that this is a better deal just because of that.
I
And
mean,
if you do need PoE++,
maybe.
this is the only one that we looked at that had.
If I was a technician or something, I'd probably have PoE switches just sitting in my truck, so in case you need them.
Are starting to use more power and also have 2.5 gig backhauls, so that would be a good example of like something that you'd want to power off of these. I wish that there were more ports that were PoE++, but this is what we have. I think if you need 10G base T as well as a couple 2.5 gig Ethernet ports, and that's kind of what your network configuration is, I actually think this little TrendNet unit was a really good one. It was on the pricier side at $190, but there's some level of it which is just, it's way easier just to go buy a Switch that has 10G base T ports already built in, that's fanless, you plug it in and it just starts working. I really like that kind of model, and so if that's what you need, this is probably the right option. But I don't know, I feel like if you do need the 2.5 gig Ethernet ports, well, you get an extra one with a Hasvo unit. You also have the SFP Plus for 10 gigabit Ethernet, and let's not forget that this one is managed and it also has PoE. I mean, to me, this is probably worth the extra money. This is like $165, so probably in the midpoint really of all these switches, and it kind of has every feature. It has 2.5 gig Ethernet, it has 10 gigabit Ethernet, it also has PoE. I mean, it's not perfect on any of those counts, but I also think that it's, it's pretty darn good. That's definitely an option for folks if you're willing to go on AliExpress. If you're not willing to go on AliExpress, then this really isn't an option for you. So hey guys, I hope you like this roundup. We'll have full
willing to
on,
take a risk
other 10
is basically what that comes down to.
STH main site. You're going to be able to find those soon.
Interesting.
Like this video,
not really applicable. I mean, I've had 2.5 gigabit. I've known about 2.5 gigabit, which is 10 gig base, 10 base T, 10 gigabit base T, whatever it is. It's been around for 20 years. It's been around a really long time. 15 years, 10 years, 15 years, I'd say. It's not been adopted because there hasn't been any entry-level equipment for it. 10 base T has actually been around 10 gigabit. Base T has been around longer than 2.5 and 5. 2.5 and 5 were added as an in-between because there was an adoption from 1 gigabit to 10 gigabit. And there weren't any entry-level devices that were added as well. Which is kind of weird considering 10 base T has been around longer, right? But yeah, it's been 10 gigabit. 10 base T is actually a thing too. 10 gigabit base T. It's been around a really fucking long time. But at the same time, yeah, like, it's fucking weird. So now you have 2.5, 5, and 10 are almost always built into the same device. And you have some 10 gigabit uplink ports on there, so, yeah. Where have you been? I've been here the entire time. Where have you been? Yeah, if you watched my channel, that wouldn't have happened to you, Big Mac. So why weren't you here? I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Why weren't you here? If you were here, that never would have happened. Duh. I would have kept you out of your trouble, and I would have taken all your money from you, because that gets you in trouble, too. So, make sure you donate all your money to me, so you don't get in trouble. We actually did, we went over the patch notes yesterday for Overwatch. Couldn't make a highlight because the videos are private. We're going to make a highlight here real quick, though. About his feces. Game is fixed. Basically a new Overwatch. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Detail patch notes for Overwatch 2. For Overwatch 2. Yeah. Detail patch notes. You could possibly have no deaths, and after giving it a chance, then.
There. Here's a closer shot. These are of the chip.
Played Overwatch like 2 years ago. The fuck? It's everyone's job. It's not just the tank's job. Tanks primarily. That's why I say the only character that matters when they die there. I would have never ego lift ever. Where you're just trying to max out your weight. It's all like if you want a body, it's all about consistency and toning more so than just trying to pound the weights because your friends are patting you on the back or something. Sorry to hear that. I'm sure everyone's seen the horror stories of people getting their tendons detached because they're doing really stupid kinds of lifts. Yeah. I don't know. Like, that's not my thing. If only you watched my channel more, you would have been here and, a little bit fatter, but you would have been here and enjoying your life because obviously your life is better watching my channel. So, you know. But yeah. Tanks, because tanks need to express an area control. Can complete win buff, still can't cancel your ult. Then you got buffs. Sounds terrible. No. It's like drop mastery. Yeah? Well, if you were watching my channel, that wouldn't have happened. Can't you see a trend here? You should watch my channel more. Because you with me with interesting
Asylum videos we've ever.
Is this story written by AI? No, it just sounds like your average guy that's trying to
let's move
lift.
on, guys. Let's see what's going on.
Good. Lift more than he could. You don't normally jump up like 75 pounds, do you?
Let's move along, guys. Let's see what's going on the tubes. Okay.
Done. All right. Overwatch 2. Analysis. Overwatch 2 patch notes.
Let's move along, guys. Let's see what's going on the tubes.
Oh, I can't pause the video. Okay, well, you're just going to keep running. Anna deserved nerf. Out. Oh. All right. Gone for a while. I notice every day. I've been wait here. I was like, "Where's Big Mac? Where's Big Mac? I haven't seen Big Mac in forever." He used to come around. That kid he used to come around here. He was a good kid. Now he's gone. I don't know what happened to him. And then I'd sigh. Your first time working out. Why would you try? Oh my god! I guess if you have like your friend with you, you take it easy on your first time. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you're working out to cut down on your weight, probably lifting isn't where you want to start. Probably cardio is where you want to start. But I'm also a big guy. But well, I hope you get better. If you're not better, I don't know if you got like if you're disabled now or whatever. You didn't really mention that. Let's see. 8 views, 10 views, guys. Oh my fucking god, ridiculous. Ridiculous. My channel, my YouTube channel, absolutely taking off. Blasting off, guys. Crazy. Some of these videos used to have 0 views on them. Now I have like 3. Oh my god, 3, 10, 2. Ridiculous. Yeah, well, at least you're not paralyzed. That could have went a lot worse, so consider yourself lucky. Now you know to take it a lot slower. And if you're just trying to get into shape, cardio works out really good at that. I haven't been able to work out in probably 2 months now. I tried working out again, and I have insertional Achilles tendonitis, which does not work in my favor when I'm trying to do cardio. I'm trying to take care of that right now, so I think that was caused by iodine deficiency. I'm not sure yet, but looking promising. And that's mainly iodine, if you guys are curious about that, can cause, it's a thyroid thing. So if your thyroid regulates basically all your hormones in your body, it is like the hormone master, your little guy here, and it can go both directions. It can turn into hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism, and I have hypothyroidism, which is caused by low iodine. They actually, you get iodine. You're supposed to get iodine through salt, iodized salt, table salt, basically, and that's been a thing for 100 years at this point. Iodized tables has been around maybe not that long, 60 years, 70 years. It's been the thing for a long time. I don't put salt on anything. If I'm in the neighborhood of doing something with salt, I'll put pepper on it. Yeah. I don't salt anything at all. And as it turns out, basically when I stopped eating fast food, I stopped getting iodine. That was like, I stopped eating fast food maybe 2 years ago. Occasionally I'll still eat fast food, but I don't eat it for dinner at all anymore. Yeah, so I stopped getting iodine because none of you can get salt that doesn't have iodine. Iodine's artificially added to salt. Very weird, very very fucking weird. But I wasn't getting iodine in my diet, and it started causing all sorts of weird fucking issues. Yeah, something you wouldn't even think of. Hypothyroidism. There's another one which is hyperthyroidism. That's not the one that I have. It mainly affects women. Thyroid issues usually affect women, but they also can affect guys, especially when you don't get enough iodine. It doesn't produce enough thyroid hormones to meet your body's needs. Make sure there's no lewd images in here. But basically, the thyroid is something that controls basically all your hormones in your body. And it can cause all sorts of fucking weird issues if that's not taken care of. But anyways, you end up with heat intolerance, nervousness, and anxiety. There's all sorts of weird shit that you wouldn't even think are a thing, right? Sweating, weight loss or gain, short, periods. Obviously, I don't get a period. Bulging eyes, racing heart. Usually this affects older women, but it also affects you if you don't get enough iodine. Very weird. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a weird issue, guys. I thought it was, I started taking vitamin K2, which helps with calcium. If you guys don't know what tendonitis, insertional Achilles tendonitis is, it's where your tendon where it connects to the bone, it starts calcifying, and then it ends up basically with the tissue hardening, and it can become very painful or weird and pinch nerves. All sorts of weird shit can start happening. So I was trying K2 because K2 helps moving calcium deposits around your body. It also helps with your veins. There's all sorts of weird shit it helps with. But apparently I tried iodine, and so far it's been pretty good. We'll see where it goes, though. I haven't had any, I guess you could say, flare-ups. So hopefully I'll be able to start working out again. And hopefully it was just caused by that. I'm not sure, though. But, weight gain, trouble tolerating cold, joint and muscle pain. But there's also tendonitis. There's a lot of stuff. When you start getting into medicine, as far as figuring out stuff that's wrong with your body, you start realizing there's a lot of stuff in medicine that they haven't completely figured out. And yeah, they haven't completely figured out, or that's still kind of bleeding edge. And if you went to a doctor, they wouldn't exactly know what you're talking about, because doctors are oftentimes based off experience. This is why ChatGPT or AI in general is going to be such a huge deal for critical thinking / diagnostics, because AI basically is a culmination of basically the internet worth of data at the fingertips of whoever's using it. That's incredible. I mean, searching does one thing, but AI is more intelligent when it does it, right? Very useful. But yeah, if you just go to a doctor, they just, it's based off their personal experience and then whatever they learned in school, and then maybe they'll look it up if it's kind of bugging them or something, right? They'll use their own version of Google. Thyroid issues cause tendon. Importance of thyroid hormones and alteration of tendons, homeostasis, the failure of tendon healing after injury. So imagine that I injured my tendon, which I did, and then it doesn't heal properly because I actually have an iodine deficiency, which is causing hypothyroidism. Yeah. Kind of weird. And it's like I've tried a bunch of different things, guys, over the last couple months here, and this is basically what seems to have made a bigger difference. Vitamin A I was doing for a little bit while there because that's supposed to help with your tendons. There's quite a few things that help with your tendons and tendon healing. Yeah, this is couldn't figure it out. I'm pretty sure this is it. Also matches some other symptoms I was having too, so interesting things. Just like kind of just shows you like how you just I've went through like a bunch of different things trying to figure it out. Cause I'm old, guys. Like I'm getting up there, but I'm not that old. I'm not 40 yet, right? But I'm still getting old. So old people things are gonna start happening to me, but at the same time, it's not. It doesn't seem like it was healing properly. So yeah, yeah. Sun will give you some vitamin D. Vitamin D is also very important for a lot of different things. Vitamins in general. This is why I've always recommended, guys, if you just don't know what you need, just take a multivitamin and you'll probably just feel a lot better. Assuming there isn't something in there that you're allergic to. Everyone should take a multivitamin and probably fish oil as well. If you don't eat fish, which almost no one does in the US, that is. Fish is very good for you. There's like your thyroid does, you can read up articles on it, your thyroid does so many fucking things, guys, it is ridiculous. It's like your brain for hormones. Crazy. And if it starts going out of whack, it just does everything. But normally most people have no problems with iodine. And I don't know, like it's not usually included, and you can't really figure out easily what has iodine in it. It's one of those trace minerals, trace mineral? I don't know. It's not a mineral. Trace, thing. It's a trace thing. Trace ingredient. I don't know what it's called. Iodine deficiency. Underactive thyroid, which causes hypothyroidism. This is like super deficient though. Like when you look at deficiencies, it's usually like extreme cases. Trace mineral. It is a mineral. Vegetables and seafood. It's often added to salt to prevent iodine deficiency. What if you don't have table salt? You never get iodine, so. And if you don't eat seafood, you don't really get iodine. I do actually eat food. I don't think it's normally in it. Like when they say it's in food, when they talk about like supplements and minerals, you just eat a normal diet. You do not get your normal amounts of like your minerals through a normal diet. Like you'd have to eat fucking everything, and then only certain things have certain kind of minerals in it. You have to like literally eat everything in order to get what you want. Doesn't thyroid cause gigantism? Probably. Like I don't have like an extreme case of it. Like I still function. I know something was wrong though because my tendon wasn't healing properly. It does all sorts of weird things. You can read about your thyroid. It's like I said, it's normally a thing with chicks, and the reason with women, women, the reason it was an issue with me was because I wasn't getting iodine. Hypothyroidism occurs when your body's iodine levels decrease and your thyroid gland can't produce enough thyroid hormone. It's also called underactive thyroid. Underactive thyroid, it causes your metabolism to slow down, leading to fatigue, weight gain, and inability to tolerate cold. I've never really had the inability to tolerate cold. I've always been able to adjust to it properly, so... But that could just be a me thing. Defix iodine deficiency. Eating more foods containing iodine. Okay. Or just eat food with iodine in it. Yeah. Like some things you can get through eating like vegetables and fruit if you do actually do that, but iodine's like one of those weird things, which is why they added it to table salt. Because everyone has salt, right? Everyone in the U.S. uses salt on stuff. Yeah, I don't use salt at all. Salt I don't find very generally engaging. Good. It's like salt and stuff just honestly doesn't make things taste better for me. It does a little bit, but it just makes it like almost like hot. Like it has like a spicy flavor to it. If you have too much salt, you'll know what I'm talking about, where it has like the burning sensation to it. Never been a big fan of salt. Pepper, on the other hand, is actually very good, especially fresh ground pepper. If you've never had fresh ground pepper, that's where it's at, which is like, it's like a flavorful spice. That's the best way of putting it. I mean, it's been around forever, and you're just like, oh, it's pepper. I never was into pepper till I had fresh ground pepper in my 20s, and it was much better. Put it on a lot of different things, and it just makes it taste better. Iodine deficiency can cause thyroid not to produce enough thyroid hormone. This may cause other health conditions, including goiter, which is where you get the giant fucking bulge in your neck. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you probably know what I'm talking about if you've ever seen a goiter. But that's like extreme cases once again, and I don't really have an extreme case. I just was out of whack. Weird stuff. Oh, there's actually a Wikipedia article on it. There's also a preventable cause of intellectual disability. Oh geez, luckily I got salt when I was growing up. Or maybe I didn't. In order for you to get 100% of your daily iodine intake from salt, I believe you have to have a teaspoon of salt, which is actually a lot of salt if you consider how much you have to salt your food. How much salt gives you your heart attack? Your daily intake of iodine. One-half to 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. That's a lot of salt. If you consider how much salt you put on your food, do you think you put 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt on your food? No, actually maybe. Tablespoon obviously a lot bigger than that. Teaspoon? Maybe. Cut salt, it won't affect your iodine intake. Really, Hardvard? Tell me. A lot of drinks have salt. I mean, it does. Salt can be salt without it being iodized. That doesn't mean anything. It does have sodium in it. We aren't talking about just salt. We aren't just talking about sodium. We're talking about iodized salt, which is something special they add to the salt. Enriches it. Off Harvard. Borrowed from the idea from the Swiss group of U.S. experts suggested adding iodine to salt. Iodized salt was first sold in Michigan in 1924 across the nation later than that year. Within 10 years, the percentage of people in Michigan with goiter had fallen from 30% to under 2%. It is rare today. And goiter is an extreme case. 1950s to 60s, use of iodine-based disinfectants in dairy industry and iodine-based conditioners in commercial baking. Industry put many Americans on track to getting too much iodine. How are you getting iodine from disinfectants? Most Americans take in more sodium than they need. Not all sodium is iodized. Oh. But here's the rub. Between 75 and 90% of the sodium in average American's diet comes from prepared and processed food, and most of the companies do not use iodized salt. So-called hidden salt in processed food is a great place to start trimming sodium from diet. Oh, just remove the salt from the processed food? Ah. And will have little effect on your iodine intake. That still means that you're not getting enough iodine. So, what? Get all your iodine from salt, you would need more than half a teaspoon of iodized salt a day. 2/3 the daily allotment of sodium. It makes sense to get your iodine from food, but you can't. Like, that's the thing, is it's a trace mineral, so it's not just found in stuff. You can't just eat it. What are you telling me, Harvard? Shellfish tend to be naturally rich in iodine. And ocean-farmed fish. Okay, I'll just get right on that. I'll get the fucking fish from the ocean instead of from the farm inland. Oh yeah, and also eat a lot of shellfish. What a great idea. Milk, cheese, and yogurt. These all have basically no iodine in them. Vegetables grown in iodine-rich soil. Yeah, that's very common. Multivitamin pills that also contain minerals usually provide 150 milligrams of iodine. I don't think they do. I think most multivitamins do not have iodine in them. Oh, my multivitamin does. Which I'm not taking right now because I'm taking other vitamins. Actually does have iodine in it. Do both mine? I have another one I stopped taking a while ago. Does this have iodine in it? Nope, it doesn't. So only one of them has iodine in it. It's a more complete multivitamin that I got. More in line with 100% daily intake on everything. Yep, nope. So, I guess you got to figure it out for yourself, guys. Thanks, Harvard. So, no, that's incorrect. All right. Let's see. Too big, that's what she said. What are we on? May 9th? Yep. Highlights. Overwatch. Yep. Podcasts. Game dev. Education. Oh. Education analysis. Want to publish that? Yeah. But yeah, I know it's kind of weird to think about it. You're like, everything has salt in it, right? Because it does. But it's not all iodized. Most of it's not. And they don't tell you when it is, so... Yeah, shit show. Welcome to the shit show. Oh yeah. Upload complete, guys. What else do we got going on in the tubes here? Let's take a look at another tube. Now we're gonna get served at home forever. Roadside vending machine restaurant. Oh my god. Weather's about to get even weirder. Yeah, no shit. Welcome to climate change. That's why nuclear power is very important. Take a look at a quick Tom Scott.
Since 1967, CEA Leti, here in Grenoble, in the southeast of France, has been one of the world's largest research hubs for electronics and nanotechnology. And by the mid-2000s, the folks here had a problem. They had two clean rooms, two carefully controlled spaces with purified air where research and testing could be done without any dust or contaminants getting in the way. But those two clean rooms were 250 meters apart on opposite sides of a road, which is the kind of thing that happens when your campus steadily grows over decades. So, every time some tiny component or piece of equipment needed to be moved from one to the other, it had to be put in sterile packaging. Then the researchers would have to leave the clean room, take off all their gowns and gloves and shoe covers, walk over, put on a whole new set of protective gear, clean off the packaging, and then finally go in and unpack it. And you can see the solution. They built the world's cleanest people mover, a clean room on wheels that can somehow dock and undock to the main buildings without letting any outside air in. And we're going for a ride.
The clean room is about 11,000 square meters. Today at Leti, we have about 2,000 employees, and 800 of them are focusing on fabrication. We are making devices from components to sensors, and we are mixing a wide variety of technologies, including lasers, quantum technologies. We are able to print circuits down to the 10 nanometer nodes. This is a device that you will find in your phone or in drones and specific systems.
Sensors.
To speak about the dimension, we said that the thickness of one hair is about 50 micron. So when we discuss a transistor with a dimension of 10 nanometer, it's about 5,000 times smaller than a hair. And the risk is that when one hair is dropping on the surface, that of course the circuit won't operate.
All of the horrible human stuff is sealed inside many layers.
Yeah, flesh human meat bag contained, guys.
We have to operate in a very clean environment since the source of contamination is us. So basically we have to wear special clothes to protect the wafers and the dies and the circuits and the nanotransistors from us.
Obvious question, why not just build a corridor? Well, they did think about it, but that's a colossal amount of space that would have to be filled with ventilation and air treatment equipment all the way along, all constantly running and maintained at huge expense. Also, they were worried about how people would feel walking down an isolated, empty, narrow, sealed-in, 250-meter corridor with no doors, where you can't see the other end because it needs steps in the middle to get over the road. Not great.
I mean, that's a test of mental right there.
Oh, there's the buttons. Someone should probably join me in here.
How clean is the clean room? I would say compared to the hospital and the surgical theater. The surgical theater has probably 100 times more particles in the air, and I would say that the house has probably 1 million times more particles in the air. We can see these big gray pipes, and this is the way that we are operating the recirculation of the air from the top to the basement through the clean rooms.
I should point out, there's 3 or 4 people crowded behind the camera here.
No.
I'm not being allowed in the clean room funicular on my own. Here we go. And this is a clean room. The air is still being circulated just as it was in each of the buildings. The concrete supports that we're travelling over and all the powered systems that are hauling the cables that are moving us are, well, they're not off the shelf, but they are about as standard as you can get for something like this. They're manufactured by a company called Poma, who make all sorts of ropeways. But this clean room that sits on the top, well, making this work was up to the folks in the CEA.
So in the clean room, we have a special team which take care of the cleaning of the surfaces and make sure that no particles are stuck. We have to clean the shuttle as well, so the cleaning team is also operating within the shuttle.
The problem is that this has to dock and undock from the clean rooms. How does
Airlock.
dust and outside air not get inside? The cabin slows down a lot at the end of its run, and that's because it has to position itself extremely carefully, millimeter accurate, to make sure the rubber seal on this door matches up with the rubber seal on the door of the clean room. They get connected, and then high pressure air blasts out anything in between. All the outside atmosphere is exhausted by fresh, clean air. And this whole system, the people mover and the clean room, is kept at a slightly higher pressure than the outside. So if there ever is a leak, it's only going to leak outwards.
When you enter the shuttle, the door will close and then you have to wait for maybe 30 seconds before there is a higher pressure inside. And then at the end, we have the same operation. It's to depressurize the shuttle to allow the door to open and the operator to move in the next clean room facility.
So why not just let people keep walking over the old-fashioned way? Well, before this was installed, the researchers here estimated that transporting stuff between the two rooms was so inefficient that it lost the time equivalent of 7 or 8 full-time jobs. And
Per year?
rebuilding the clean rooms would cost far, far more. This might seem a bit unnecessary at first, but out of everything, it's probably the least expensive option.
Uh-huh.
I am not allowed through this door. I can't do the walk off into the distance. I'm not allowed through this. My badge doesn't let me. We go back. Let's go back.
Yep. So just got to film the people mover. Good for him. Mm-hmm. Ah. Okay. Tom Scott's kind of interesting. Goes and looks at kind of unique and weird things in the world. Small little videos. Let's take a look at the Overwatch Reddit, guys, see what's going on here tonight. Sigma disabled in comp because of flying bug. Do they really need to abbreviate the BC? This is someone who doesn't play Overwatch. Nice. There's getting to be more and more garbage with the trees, more and more garbage in the game. Overwatch 1 tank experience. You mean like an entire team tried to kill him and he died? Okay. And I'd still rather have Overwatch 1 tank experience compared to Overwatch 2 with 2 tanks in Overwatch 1. I hate this character. Oh yeah? Show me. Feel like your friendly life weaver have a sightline on you. Skill diff. What is educational about the unranked GM videos? There isn't anything educational about it. It is literally just, we please make this new UE an option for support heroes. What? Displaying them like an arena? No way. No way. Displaying it like an arena in World of Warcraft where you can see everyone's health bars? No way. That wouldn't be useful. For literally everyone. I've literally mentioned that multiple times since Overwatch 1. Yeah, it's like not a primary gripe, but you just kind of get used to it. The best they did was allow you to see people through walls or health bars all the time. Showing off the Sigma bug. Andy Reddits. Gamers Nexus living off their hardware diagnostics for the 7000 series. Wasn't all that interesting if you actually watched it. Very technical, very in-depth. Good if you're actually looking to fix the chips. Not really all that great if you're just a casual viewer. DVD Reddits. DBD still has one of the most unique and kind of weird communities out of any game I've played. Still to this day. A lot to do with the asymmetrical nature of the game. What do I do? Two dipshits have been holding me hostage for 40 minutes hiding. Does this end at 1 hour? Is this a lie? Uh-huh. Yep. For some strange reason, the only way you can be held hostage in Dead by Daylight is if the survivors choose to hold you hostage. Every other way in Dead by Daylight of being held hostage has been fixed, except for that. Okay. Let's move on to the OWs, guys. Apparently Steam added round menus at some point here. Look at how round my menus are. You see how round my menus are, guys? They're very round. Updated UI. Updated Steam UI. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Funny. Yeah, Valve literally doesn't care about any of the products they make anymore. They're literally just fed money. They're just constantly fed money. Alright. Let's move along, guys, to OW2. Uh-huh. Done and done. Oop. God, it was off. You guys actually saw the resting place of my mouse pad that was off. Oh, no. No. Okay. Off we go, guys. See what kind of games we get tonight. Got some tweaking I want to do too. I tried something new off stream yesterday as well. They definitely added a pulsating effect to when you hit something as Pharah. Notice how every time I get a direct hit, my screen pulses? That's new. Very, very annoying.
Mind the gap. Traveling to Nepal. Prepare.
Nipples! I love nipples, guys.
Select your hero.
Murmur.
Strike from above.
Science holds the key to understanding.
Hello.
I was stepping. Did anyone use the mission green?
We are beyond check and check, guys.
3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture. Positioning underway.
And that visual effect they added to Sombra, basically pointless. There's no way that you can even respond to it. Even if you see the hacked thing. There's just no way. Like, it's like you can't...
The skies
Why even
await.
bother with that?
Taking off. You weren't watching the skies. Up and away. System repaired.
Still not fully healed. No. Sombra knows that I'm not fully healed. My healers apparently don't. Looks like we have some questionable healing in this match.
All
Good.
systems nominal. En route. Taking to the air.
We'll see. Not that I need a heal bot. Just when I'm standing next to the Kiriko, it'd be nice if we got healed up.
Securing the objective. Making another approach. Taking off. Health restored. On the move. Messy, but we got it done. Much better.
Self-heal. Good.
My rockets are fuel.
I'm up top, I guess. Not familiar with the innards of the building.
Brings relief.
Finish healing me up.
Let the kitsune guide you.
Twist and ult, mind you.
Enemy here.
Uh-huh. Good.
The skies await. En route.
Let's take him to the wasteland. Apagando las luces.
Almost. There's literally nothing you can do when you have Sombra that just follows you around. Like, you need your team to help peel for you, and you can't.
I don't stay
Because she'll just get a
down.
hack on you, and then you're at basically 25% health efficiency. Or, DPS efficiency. Really doesn't matter. Just going.
Best round lost.
Shit.
Score 0-1.
Is this one a scrap or a horse? I wasn't listening.
Mm-hmm.
2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective. Taking to the air.
Yeah. my teammates underneath the base, guys, literally doing nothing. Good.
Returning to battle. On the move.
Applying no pressure, just sitting on the point, waiting for the enemy team to show up and fuck them in the ass. Good. Probably pre-made.
Well deserved. Blasted.
Sombra's coming over.
System
Nope.
repaired. En route.
I don't think we've gotten healed at all this match.
Health restored. You made a tactical error. Got something to kill here. Task complete. Gene. Positioning. Establishing aerial position. I don't think so. Just in case.
This has to be a pre-made. Like, there's no fucking way that these are actually, like, teammates.
Always more to learn.
Hi.
Up and away. Much better.
Fuck's the May even doing?
Brains from above.
Anna knew I was gonna do that, which is why she ulted the monkey. Probably means she's cheating. The monkey was nowhere close to death, mind you. The only reason to do that was to, fuck me.
Repositioning. Increasing altitude. Shake it off. On the move.
Our entire team is chasing a Sombra. Good. Go kite to the point.
Securing the objective. Splash. Damage.
Yeah. Hi. Oh my god, we gotta heal.
Double taking off.
Rampage on! Watch 'em scatter! Group up with me!
Absolutely no idea how to apply pressure. They're sitting on the fucking point again. Unbelievable. How much you want to bet this is a 4-man?
Returning to battle. Establishing aerial position.
Tracer here!
Reinhardt at your service.
En route. Brains from above.
Monkey doesn't even understand what the fucking tree is. Holy shit. This has to be a fucking bronze game. What the fuck's going on here? Let's see. Plat, diamond. These guys have to be grouped together. And there's a cross count, so obviously this guy's grouped with someone. Silver. Jesus Christ.
Hey, can I look at the rings on your suit again? I thought you preferred to stay
What the fuck game is this, guys?
It's for a different idea I had. I just thought that
Why is there a silver in my game?
inspirational.
Not that it matters that much, guys, but when they're fucking sitting in the point and probably blame gaming so we don't get ults at all, or not ults, so we don't get heals at all because they're sitting there blame gaming me while sitting on the point being Dunning-Krugers? Yeah. They express no control over anything that's happening in the match, and they just sit there and wait for the enemy team to show up in the point.
Enemy over here.
Fuck off.
In range of the objective. Form up. On your horizon.
I don't know, they might not even be saying anything about me. It doesn't feel that way, though. Once again, because we aren't getting healed.
Aerial positioning underway.
I'm gonna fucking doing with the...
Takes off.
Sombra. We're just gonna go back over the top over healers, maybe get healed. We're getting healed by the AoE from Bap
I need healing.
from the Bridget. Holy fucking shit. It might not even like it could be that we're just this is a they might just not even notice me that I'm low on health. It might not I'm thinking it's malicious, but it might not even be malicious at all.
System repaired. Switch. Double positioning.
Shield activated.
Hey look guys, we're doing better when Sombra isn't hacking me constantly in backlines and I just die while no one's paying attention to me. Good. See, they don't have to stand at the doorway here instead of on the point, so. Both healers are dead. Should be able to win that easily.
Victory from your grasp.
And our team just died.
All systems nominal.
Good. Believe to the Genji Blade.
Your day just got made. Increasing altitude. Concussive out.
Genji chasing me right now. I just landed on top of the fucking Genji.
Securing the point.
Oh my god. I was gonna punch her. That wasn't even meant for me.
Shake it off.
You didn't use it on time. Unless she was literally counting my missiles, which I highly doubt. I would have killed her there if I had an extra missile.
Dispersing.
Bye.
Mind the gap.
Try and BM now.
Taken
No,
down.
saw that coming. There's probably another pre-made on their side too. Okay. Bridget's about to die now. Just standing in the corner instead of actually doing something. Her ability turned off because she sat there. Yeah.
The skies await.
So she has a healing aura if she just punches people or hits people, and she stopped healing the moment she stopped hitting. And then, of course, I died because I had no sustain, so... No. Silver problems. Christ, the fuck was this game, guys? At least we're getting healed at the second, basically halfway through the round 2 and then round 3. We started to finally get healed. Jesus Christ. That was fucking stressful! Like, there's nothing you can do if they just try to dogpile you. You just have to hope your teammates notice you. Like this fucking bridge sitting in the corner. And it just thinks this guy's gonna disappear. Should even go for the med kit. Well, whatever that game was, we just had that. Holy shit. Why is it so stressful? That shouldn't have been stressful at all. It was very stressful.
Strike from above. When I'm
Fuck.
holding my shots, you can't touch me.
Play with fucking silvers. Super stressful. If we get silvers this game, guys, we're just gonna leave. And golds again. We didn't have any golds last game. Yikes. I don't even know how I got in that game. Must mean someone in that lobby was super high rated to offset that silver. But there was no one playing that way, so... I don't know what that was. I don't think it's me, because I wasn't part of their group.
Forget regulations. After this mission, I'm throwing a party. Greetings.
5, 4, 3,
Hello.
1. Objective unlocked in 30 seconds.
Got some direct hits on that fair, though. That's always good. Even though our accuracy for that match wasn't very high, the directed accuracy is pretty good. The hits I was making on the fair were pretty good. Felt pretty good.
I knew I could help.
Instantly healed by the Anna. And got hit by the Hanzo. Yep, killed by the Hanzo basically.
Don't let them push your head!
Progressing faster than anticipated. Repositioning.
Okay.
Increasing altitude. Let's show him some air power. En route. Up and away.
Team is close.
The lead is nearly ours. Keep pushing.
I don't know where the fucking Junkrat is. Huh. Okay.
Shake it off.
Interesting.
They're pushing the barricade. Strike together. Watch over here. Nano boost administered. You're in for it now. Establishing an area of action. En route. Where are the test subject?
Yeah.
Let us proceed.
One of our teammates pushed up.
This lead is ours. Just a bit more. Justice reigns from above. On the move.
That was that placement of his
Coming off the
healing field happened exactly as I came down to go in the window.
Positioning.
But there was no one in front of him, and I wasn't making any sound.
Increasing altitude.
Rampage.
Good.
We've overtaken them.
Ah,
Forward spawn activated.
En route.
I've got you in my sights. Couldn't have.
Enemy
Always
located.
more to learn.
I don't know where our teammates were. Do you think he was actually trying to shoot the guy behind the pillar, which you couldn't see?
Lights off.
Taking off.
Don't know.
Let the push commence.
Me too, Pharaoh. Good.
Pick up your faces, friends.
Ground Pharaoh? No, we're gonna go behind the wall.
The enemy has claimed the robot. Elimination. Decree. Claiming the robot. Enemy here.
Yeah.
Barricade is
I guess he has to show me good or something. He can definitely do that in a hit scan.
Over there.
on the move. Enemy over here.
Is there a door over there?
Moving along now.
No. Good.
En route.
Keep fighting.
Yeah. You don't even get to see my ult at the end of the game. The fuck is that? Whatever that game was. That was that thing. Apparently our Tracer killed everything?
Play of the game.
Word game.
Stop mucking around and move.
What the fuck is that? That's just a random spectator? The fuck is that? Okay. I need to take a piss, guys. And I'm probably grab a water here. I will be right back in 1 second. Alrighty. Yep. Good. I see him.
Strike from above. Taking to the air. Double kill. Repositioning. Blasted. Mind the gap. A clean kill. Double taking off. Double
Good.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar.
I see.
strike from above.
Greetings. I've got one. What do you call a sleeping detective?
Tired.
No, undercover.
Ah, huh. Sorry, I forgot to laugh.
Does everyone hear the same lines? I know, I'm pretty sure you do, and the other person does, but there's other people in the match that might not hear them at all. Like two separate people
Yes.
could be having voice lines with each other and you never know. And then a third wheel.
Salutations.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Let's show you there's an end.
Stop the payload.
I see an enemy here.
That's a sim. Anna's more a threat than the Echo is. Need to kill the Anna. I think I should just go in and kill the Anna and then die.
Concentrating.
That one's confirmed.
I'm not done yet.
Detected.
Thanks for the assist. Culture. Excellent.
Good. Yeah. Okay. I just got soul ulted for some reason.
The skies await.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
On the move.
Winston.
Here. Their team isn't killing anything, I'll get a kill.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
We need to go in and play tank, we'll go in and play tank and die.
You're in for it now. All systems
Someone needs to
nominal.
initiate, not just keep backing off.
Repositioning.
And they just denied it. Unbelievable.
Very
I think we're just gonna keep killing one person and dying because our team isn't getting any picks at all. So, if we can't apply pressure at long range, we're just gonna kill one person and die, or hopefully kill one person and die, and just keep doing it over and over and over again.
I'm still fighting.
Group up with me.
Hello there.
Yeah.
I am empowered. Establishing aerial command.
100% accurate. Anna once again.
I'm back. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Hello there. Hi there.
I will not waste this opportunity.
What's up?
I'm on top of the world.
Negative skill playing Pharah, apparently.
Salutations.
I have a pocket person. Shall we check to see if they're in a group together? Two stack. Affected more.
Making another approach. Taking off.
Literally just described why I invited them to the group. I like how people get offended that you invite them to a group. That's pretty amazing, though.
Onward. Justice reigns from above. Over here.
Yeah? Should try it sometime. I think you're confusing Pharah with a hit scan.
Increasing altitude.
Or Junker. Or a Junker.
The skies await.
Salutations. There's an enemy here.
Winging it.
I don't think he understands how Pharah's damage radius works. Okay, though.
Up and away.
Never die.
Oh, they're trying to C9.
I see an enemy. Messy, but we got it done.
I don't know if she's intentionally putting them at weird fucking angles. It kind of feels that way, though. Fucking. Okay. And once again, 100% accurate Anna.
I don't stay down.
It's like there aren't two people that are healing him. What? Is he talking about me or is he talking about what happened to him? I don't. I'm really trying to fucking understand. There were two healers that were healing Tracer and whoever I was shooting at.
Thanks for the assist.
Yep. Don't die! Isn't it like they're actually killing me? And I'm still doing well? What the fuck is this shit? I'm pretty sure that Anna's cheating, mind you. She does not miss at all. Oh my god, a miss.
Increasing altitude.
Bye.
Servants never die.
Kind of weird how I said that and then she started missing. Isn't it? Once again, doesn't miss. We're still gonna report the Anna. That's fucking weird. She only started missing when I said that she doesn't miss at all, so. Weird. It's almost like even though I was dying, I was still doing just as good as you. And you're angry. Tell me more how deaths only matter. Oh, typo. I mean, direct shots are hitting shots, so. And they're very difficult. Alright, we're gonna report the Anna as well. Did I cross-platform? Missed like 2 in a row, and up until that point, I think he missed 1 shot. Up until at the end there where I was talking about him not missing at all, and I was going to report him, and then all of a sudden he started missing shots. So. I like how Pharah apparently is a no-skilled hero. That's pretty incredible. They aren't telling you about Junker. They aren't telling you about Junkrat, guys. They're talking about Pharah. Yeah? Okay, dude. My shots are an instant. I literally have travel time on my projectiles. Should've been a hit. My shots literally have travel time. You have to line up the dots the further away people are. The harder it is to hit shots on them. And Splash doesn't do all that much damage compared to direct hits. Direct hits are what you want, but often what you can't get. Like these guys are getting rolled. Probably by cheaters.
Soldier 76 reporting.
Oh, their Zen has 14 limbs and 5,000 damage. And he's cheating Zen. We find the purveyor. Healer didn't show up.
All systems nominal.
Don't worry, Anna just casually healing her entire health all over again.
Who needs them?
Good. Now. Really use a heal right now. I don't know where Kiriko just went.
Messy, but we got it done. Positioning.
Oh, that was mine. What the fuck are they doing? And why the fuck did my why did my concussion missile hit in front of me? What the fuck? I was aiming at the ground. Hey, look at the angle on that. The fuck is that?
Making another approach.
I mentioned this before. For some reason, your E fucks up. I don't get this. Something happened in February that they changed, and oftentimes it doesn't actually keep up with my position. Fucking weird. They definitely changed something with the netcode. Get her? Yes, we did.
Going down.
Really can use a heal. Oh, we're dead. Our healers are subpar, guys. And they're actually doing better than their healers. I don't know if they're just healing a tank or whatever.
Shake it off.
60 seconds
On the move.
remaining.
Let's take it.
Hound's on here.
This airspace is closed. Thank you.
Dead. King's the gift.
I don't want to talk about it.
Had time to sleep dart me. Actually, I think she did, but she missed. It's like killed, or I died. And she died. Good. And C9. And for some reason, no heals. I don't know what the fuck they're healing. I think they're healing our shit tank or something. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they have so much heals. Getting it. We're gonna leave. Game. Another pretty poopy match, guys. Not huge into complain about healers. We've got some weird matches tonight, though.
Select your hero.
It was a complete backfill. Except for the healers.
Are you lot ready for some bloodshed?
It's hard to keep you alive when you're distracted.
Oh my god, it's Person Man. Jesus, it's Person Man, guys.
2, 1. Round 1. Capture.
Position.
Yeah. Hey there. Not enough HP, guys. Good.
Always more to learn.
Increasing altitude.
Fucking Chris.
Let's take him to the wasteland.
Constantly heal for each other.
Be advised. Taking off. System repaired. Enemy here. Excellent teamwork.
Target's locked. Open fire.
Elimination. Hit a set.
Not much to go with there, guys, but that's what we had to do. So. Reaper ran away.
Let's show him some air power. Aerial positioning underway.
It is very easy as fair to kill another fair that's ulting. I swear to fucking God, this guy doesn't make any sound. Like, you don't hear him walking around at all. They changed that?
Rocket barrage. The skies await.
Baptiste.
So, taking to the air. Time to kick some tail. En route. Let's go. They outnumber us. Keep it tight.
As well. No.
Time for the reckoning.
This is a something. Good.
Score 0-1.
121's not bad.
Ooh, I live for this.
Oh, offensive pressure, guys.
Oh, I would much rather tour the galaxy than deal with the sound crystal trade route.
Might have something to do with none of our healers being capable of healing me. Well,
5, 4,
almost none of our healers being capable of healing me.
1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Keep it together.
Is that you?
Enemy here.
Dude. There we go.
Taking off.
I won't let you fall.
Taking damage.
Hey, it's Diego.
Thanks, Cassidy.
Hey there.
Excellent teamwork. I am securing the point.
Once again, you don't fucking hear him until he's literally on your dick. Oh, I can't grab that now.
Eyes here.
Farrah's following me around. Fuck off, dude.
Swish. Aerial positioning underway.
That sucks. Got hit with the bus-sized sleep dart. Check.
In-chip MA.
Shake it off. New positioning.
Look at their Anna. Or do our Anna
Face the right of Zeus.
general.
Justice reigns from above.
They definitely need to change the spam protection to allow you to hit a message every second. I don't know what it's set right now. Probably 2.5 seconds is way too high when you're trying to make callouts. And if you listen, you can literally just listen to how fast people talk in voice comms. It's RNG? No.
The skies await reckoning. Increasing altitude. Terminated.
You get rid of that. Can? No, she's dead too.
Enemy here. Excellent teamwork.
Really use a heal. Okay. He just died in front of both healers while they were looking at me. All right.
Let's show him some air power.
Do a solo Junker Queen.
Rain from above.
Let's see. Reaper needs higher damage fall off at range, guys. I don't think you realize it, how fast he actually,
Establishing aerial position.
how much damage he can do at long range.
I knew I
Yeah.
could count on you. On the move. Justice reigns from above.
God. Let's see. Pretty sure he's cheating. I know that's kind of fucking weird, but every time he fires a shot, it goes to your chest. And his aim goes to your chest. It's uncommon to have a Reaper that's cheating because obviously he's a Reaper. But pretty sure he's cheating. Okay. Guy. Is that a burner? Yep. Oh. When he teleported up top, he instant snapped to me. Pretty sure that guy's cheating. Next game. Unfortunately, you don't actually realize that, guys, but like if you play against Reaper, like his damage fall off is actually pretty insane. Like the damage that he can shoot at with his shotguns and actually still do damage is pretty insane. I noticed that earlier in the match, but fucking weird. Normally you don't get shit like that. It's like seeing a fucking Winston with an aimbot, and they do exist, mind you. They fucking exist. Sadly.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Fucking weird shit. We've seen everything with aimbot. We've seen Doomfist with aimbots, which, by the way, if you didn't know, Doomfist Gauntlet, if he shoots you with a shotgun gauntlet and it goes into your brain, it basically one-taps you. It's just incredibly difficult to do. So if you see a Doomfist constantly doing that shit, it usually means they have an aimbot. Not exclusively, but usually means they have an aimbot. Don't realize that till you see it happen.
Sadly, it's all green. They want their hands on it, and they're willing to cut mine off to get it.
Sounds about right.
5,
Nerf.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
I don't know. There's supports that are much more unkillable than Junker Queen is. That is a Widow. And we may have an aimbot.
Making another approach.
Doesn't look like it leads though.
Increasing altitude.
Over there.
We'll see. Widow. not even meant for me.
Taking to the air.
Need a line of sight.
Repositioning. Airspace is
I was literally going for the big med. Okay.
Thank you. I will not waste this opportunity. Taking off.
Not close enough to the building, guys. I don't know what's going on with my fucking sound, but I literally can't fucking hear people till they're right on my dick. I don't know if they changed the sounds. If they did that, that's really fucking obnoxious. We might turn off Dolby if this continues to be a problem. Reaper last game also had issues with that. We basically made the Dolby worthless. Like, you normally can hear jets from pretty far away. You can't hear jets anymore. Oh my god. And then the Widow.
I don't want to talk about it. Repositioning.
Oh. Yeah.
Welcome to the underworld.
They outnumber us. Keep it tight. On the move.
Oh. Widow again. Widow, I think, is cheating. I'm not sure, though. Like, the beginning of the match wasn't doing shit, and now she's just killing everything.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Yeah. Let's see. Good. Burner group? 4 stack. Only one that's not in a group is... They're all rank 1 accounts, too. Guy that's not rank 1. I think it's a cheat squad.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Junker Queen.
You're outnumbered. Be advised.
Good. So this guy's, like, aimbot doesn't lead at all.
Shake it off.
Like I mentioned earlier. It also looks like Widow's cheating, but wasn't earlier in the match.
EMP activated.
I am the champion of play.
So we're gonna report the Echo for cheating. She doesn't have a projectile aimbot. It looks like she's just using a normal aimbot. But definitely looks like it sticks to you on... Shot. Yeah. Like, we outperformed other DPS while having more deaths. That means other DPS sucks dick. Because that means he's alive more often. And that's Cheat Squad. Alright. Notice how they're all endorsement 1 guys. This is the first giveaway, which means they basically have spent no time in the game. They're all endorsement 1, except for this one guy here, which was the 5th guy. This guy's probably all about accounts. And they're playing together to jack off each other. There's some poor fuck that had his account compromised. Junker clean. You can kind of pick, like, immediately pick out where the one guy, they started cheating. So, looks like at the beginning of Overwatch 2. Dumbass was flying into my missiles. That's what he was wowing about. He literally flew directly into my missiles multiple times, like in a straight line. As I mentioned before, guys, cheating echoes are very difficult to deal with. It's almost as bad as cheating widows, because they just one-tap you with cheating widows. Echoes are basically the same deal. You'll instantly die before you're capable of doing anything. You can die before you'll get the second missile off, simply because they do so much damage. Very difficult to deal with. Very annoying too, because they fly, where Widow's on the ground at least. Echo's just a better Pharah, as it turns out. Kind of weird though. Occasionally you'll see that, where you'll see someone that doesn't actually, like, they're using a projectile character with a normal aimbot. So you can, it's just not nearly as good as a projectile aimbot.
What's your price? I have a feeling I'm going to get
On the move. I sense luck in our near future. Or is that a duck? Find your strength. We are super needed.
Hardest thing to kill, guys, Flying Mercy and a Baptiste jumping, because they slow fall. And they have a lot of movement when they slow fall, because Blizzard made them insanely powerful. Very accurate. Free. Yep. I wasn't peeked the same side. "30 seconds.
My bad. They have us outnumbered.
Take it to the air.
I need some backup. Guys, head up there.
Thanks for the assist. But we got it done.
I shouldn't have played with that. Oh, that's funny.
I'm back.
Oh,
Excellent.
good.
Get out of there. Terra Surge.
And 100% accurate Anna. Mercy with the bus gun, doesn't matter. I should have watched that regardless.
Okay, my head's in the
Up,
game.
Banda. EMP is almost ready.
Increasing altitude.
My ultimate is ready.
EMP active. Suda to guide you.
Affirmative. Thank you. I thank you. Ultimate is charging up. Loaded. I understand.
Huh.
Loaded. Thank you.
Good.
All systems nominal.
Take this.
Warihum Awidik. Oh, might! Here it comes!
Still waiting on EMP. Ultimate is charging up.
Far enough, far enough.
Still waiting on EMP. Loaded.
Never mercy though. Oh, she's gone.
The skies await. Taking to the air.
Ultimate is charging up. Over there. They have superior numbers.
Also, I'm not sure why they made the decision to add all the garbage to maps, but holy fucking shit! Like they make it actually difficult for you to see, like players, because of all the fucking lighting garbage that they throw on the map. I get it's supposed to add atmospherics, but whoever decided on that in a competitive first-person shooter is dumb.
Over here.
Especially when you can't turn it off with lower graphical settings.
Float like a jellyfish, sting like it. Hold on, we've almost won. Taking off.
No?
Enemy here. Excellent team.
Oh, fucking alive. Okay. They want to kill me. Good for them. Good shit. Ah, Snow Cone Orisa. That makes a lot of sense. What life has become, guys. Orisa got robbed? You don't say. Affirmative action, pot cheese. Gotta make everyone else feel good, you know. They have to get their gold star. Or 19, that's not too bad. 40 bad. 16-7, that must be a short game. Backfill. Okay, let's do a tweak here. Real quick. 1 second, guys. One moment, please. Oh. Still feels off. Things still feel off here. We'll give this a shot. I have another idea. It has to do with me streaming. I don't think it does, but it might. I've kind of finagled with my stream. That's actually really good. Not really an absolute as far as things looking good, though. That. This. Go. There it is. Still set properly. Okay. Oh, like this is the fucking weird shit, guys. Like when you're streaming, like normally my ping looks fine. My ping absolutely looks fine. But it still fucking feels weird. And sometimes like there's a disconnect between where I'm aiming and firing and the delay between the two. On VRB again.
Strike from above. Pick him off. Double kill. On the move.
Also at 140 MS.
Double kill. Concussive out. Where's your jetpack?
I don't know why they added the aim punch when he shoots shit. You notice the screen whenever he hits something? The screen pulsates? I don't know why they did that. If that's supposed to help you be more intuitive as to when you get direct shots. It's not. Harder to look at. Yep. Back we go.
Strike from above. Aerial positioning underway.
Magically, we're at 40 MS now. I don't know why Blizzard occasionally puts me on Europe, but they do.
Double. Triple kill. Multiple hits confirmed. Move.
Yep.
Now traveling to Busan.
I have no idea what these guys are. Good. My reputation precedes me. I've become a big streamer on Twitch. Yes. Just like Imong. Oh, who's bigger? Super?
Stay close. I can't hear you.
Hello.
I don't know who these guys are. Friend or foe, we'll find out.
Thanks for the assist. Yes.
Be uplifted.
5, 4,
You have my thanks.
3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Let us keep our questionable choices to a minimum.
oxygen. Put it. Good. First, he got flanked and killed by something. Genji, maybe.
I'm here to support. Taking to the air. I will not waste
Yeah. I thought I was actually gonna die the tracer. There's 2 healers behind me. You're not. Okay. Yeah. We're losing our heals, guys. But everything trying to kill me. Accuracy, eh.
Okay, my head's in the game.
All the fucking shurikens went in my brain? What the fuck was that? Yeah.
Let's show him some airtime.
Enemy located.
Over there.
Yeah. Something, something. Whenever you look at the tracer, she dashes away. Usually it's a sign someone has a wall hack. Where they're keeping tabs on you. The most annoying fucking tracers in the game are people that hide behind walls, wait for you to turn around, and shoot you in the back. And they just keep doing it over and over and over again.
Not as quick as I used to be, but I'm still
But,
the
we'll see.
fastest gun in the New West.
Affirmative. Let us see to it.
Someone called the ambulance.
Yes.
Points in. 5, 4, 3.
Casting couch? Oh. Pretty sure that's an aimbot. You can see, looks like parallel linear velocity, where it's like stuck to you and it doesn't move at all. Especially when I did like a round angle, drop him down. Pretty sure he's cheating. Drop. Possibly another guy that's cheating.
Establishing aerial position.
Tracer? Yes, it is.
Securing the point. Justice rain from above.
Securing this objective.
Hit Reg misses.
I don't stay down. En route.
One actual miss in there, though. Another sus guy. Got it. People that just use their fucking Baptiste field for themselves, like, I don't understand. There's definitely has to be a streamer somewhere perpetuating that idea that you're supposed to use it for yourself. It's a huge waste. Basically a team ult. Not that it should all be based around your teammates, but definitely. Should take into account where your teammates are positioned. Maybe you just got it though, so who knows. That Tracer is 100% cheating, which is this guy. Oh, it's a Zim user. It's Yield Zims. What was the Baptiste playing? Lifeweaver. Yep. That's a Zim player. Basically, it's a legal aimbot. I don't know exactly why Blizzard's allowing these in the game, but yeah, I mean, part of it's them allowing it, but there's other games that are actually trying to deal with them, and from what I've read, there's actually like people that report them, and then no one gets banned. So, I don't know. We're still gonna report them regardless. Yep, so I was right. It was cheating. It's a Zim cheat. Bro, you can't tell. Ye old cheats, guys. Whatever way people can cheat at a video game, they try. Good for them. Good for them. Plague. Luckily, they can't play comp on PC. That'd be absurd. But, yeah. We are. I did actually call that right. I didn't even look at the social list to see whether or not they were cross-platform. Like, it's literally just an easy way to just cheat at a video game and basically not get banned is just get it to buy a console and use a Zim. Insane. I wonder what Apex does with that, because they allow keyboard and mouse, or they allow gamepad on PC, and you could technically use a gamepad on a PC with a keyboard and mouse attached to it. Excuse me, yeah, with a mouse interpreter. That's incredible. No idea. I mean, that's probably why people bitch about aim assist on consoles. Excuse me, on PC. One of the reasons. Because you could just use a Zim with aim assist. Good. And there's that. There's a lot of things people can do against shit like that, too. Like, they could, have a cryptographic handshake between a peripheral and a device, so that the device is actually what it says it is, instead of spoofing as something else.
That's what I'm going for. Greetings.
We have to woo the Mercy.
I will not waste this opportunity. One. Objective unlocks immediately.
What else? He's possibly cheating.
My head's in the game.
Good. Overwatch ceases to amaze. Never ceases to amaze.
We need that robot to turn around.
Usually pretty difficult to pick out Genjis when they're cheating, but when you see it always aligned with basically a vertical bar on your body, if you can imagine vertical axis going up and down your body. Yeah.
They're ahead of us. We need to make up ground. Justice reigns from above.
And dead.
There's much for you to do. I'm back. On the move. My ultimate.
Yeah.
This opportunity. Team has taken the lead. All right, we're in the lead.
And 2-tap.
Time for the reckoning. They've taken the robot. Messy, but we got it back.
And 2-tap again. Three tap. With the hit reg missing
All
there.
systems nominal. En route.
Good?
What's up? Trust me.
Right there.
Okay. I think she's waiting on the pack. Yeah.
Repositioning. Excellent teamwork.
And Anna sitting all of her shots now. Pretty sure this guy's cheating still. Notice they all fucking align with central axis on your character. Some of them aren't a chest shot though. It's up and down. Basically accomplishes the same thing.
Hey.
Killed the Genji. That's funny. Make it. See? Line of sight miss. Line of sight miss.
The skies await. You call it?
Aimbots will detach. Most aimbots will detach when you go behind walls, so then they'll just miss. They'll still fire anyways because they aren't paying attention to what they're doing. Hey, Idwin. Yep. Let's see if both the DPS are grouped. One is. Other guy's not.
Systems nominal.
Maybe check the Anna too. And they fucked off very fast.
I will not waste this. Float like a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Sneeze like a jellyfish. On the move.
Yeah.
Escorting the robots.
Only thing that saved me there was the fact that there's two teammates in front of me, so whatever he shot was not me.
Group up here.
God, guys.
Taking to the air. Repositioning.
Are we... Why the fuck everyone's going over the side? What? Teammates are over there. Let's check Anna's group now. Is...
Okay, my head's in the game.
Just checked everyone's group. Both the DPS are cheating. Anna might be cheating as well. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Missed one? Reg missed, then he line of sighted himself on the light
Let's
post.
show him some air power. Increasing output.
Oh my. That?
I will not waste this opportunity.
I don't know about the Anna yet. Both DPS are definitely cheating though. Anna might also be cheating. Squish.
Well deserved. Enemy here.
start. He actually flicked away from me. Free aim. This guy's definitely cheating.
Returning to battle.
He fucked up his own aim. He fucked up the aimbot's aim. Like, what do you call that, guys? Like, where you are, like, you are so bad at the game, you actually fuck up the aimbot's aim. Like, you don't even let the aimbot do its magic. You're just like, yeah, I'm actually gonna flick over here because it's a better idea. Genji's also cheating. That's the McCree. Very accurate Anna once again. Anna grenade me again. Good. You got off point. I still don't know about the Anna. She hit basically every shot she shot at me, but she only shot at like 5 shots at me, so that's a small sample size. Small sample size, guys. Good. Okay. Let's see. This was Genji. Who do we see looking at us through walls? Someone is looking at us through walls. I think it's the McCree. Yeah. The McCree. I fucking flicked away from me. Like the aimbot snapped at me and then he flicked away and fired. What the fuck is that shit, dude? Come on. Please. Oh, you know what we should try real quick? Out of curiosity. I'm going to... I'll restart my stream here, guys. I'm going to change a networking option and see if it does anything. Probably won't, but it might. But it might, but it won't. But it might anyways. So we're going to try it. Literally all that's going to happen is the disconnect screen is going to pop up for maybe about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to be back. So, be right back, guys. Are you trolling, Idwin? You wouldn't do that to me, would you? You wouldn't be that way. Getting there. At the beginning of Overwatch 2, it was like one every other, maybe every 3 games, and now it's like every game and sometimes 2 per match. The kids are learning how easy it is to cheat. At least that will help perpetuate AI anti-cheat, so that's good. I guess icing on the cake is hopefully we'll be able to end up with better anti-cheat soon. So, good shit.
Strike from above.
Double.
Alrighty.
Now arriving at the Shambali Ministry.
You don't cheat and you don't play Overwatch. Congratulations! Yeah, it's like casual players generally don't cheat because they don't care that much. It's always the fucking like super hardcore folks and the neats. Like the people that are up in degenerate hours that really fucking need their serotonin and dopamine. Like they're fucking huffing that shit.
Strike from above.
Alright, let's see how this handles, guys.
So you're going with
We have to woo the Mercy.
joining Overwatch.
Isn't that what you want?
Get her to our side. Give her attention. Make her notice me. Oh, she's probably... Oh no. She's grouped with someone.
Affirmative.
No, she's grouped. Unable to be swayed by my wild guiles, guys. You must know how to dance with the Mercies.
Goodbye.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack, boys.
Into the air.
Escort the payload.
Hit the payload moving.
Headshot. We got heals. And headshot again. By the Ashe. Or he's gonna go in and die again. We aren't winning the push anyways. And also possibly cheating.
The skies await.
Such is the state of Overwatch 2, guys.
Positioning underway.
Charging. My ultimate is charging.
I will not waste this opportunity. Perfect.
Gonna res.
Enemy here. I see an enemy.
Got. She didn't res. Oh, there's a place to sit there.
I am powerful.
Uh-huh.
Excellent team.
I miss being able to sit on the roof. Both those guys are basically 100% accurate. The Anna, or the Ashe, especially more so. Hit reg miss. He's actually flicking away after he shoots, if you guys aren't seeing that right now. Like, he fires and flicks away.
Aerial position.
Oh.
Why isn't the payload unreleased?
That's the Ashe again. Ashe, I'm pretty sure has an aimbot and a wall hack. McCree might just have a wall hack. Excuse me, an aimbot and then a wall hack. And both are dead. Do you think they're going to stop the Mercy from resing?
Heroes never die.
Nope, they didn't.
Let's show him some air.
I can't be the only one that pays attention to Mercy resing. That can't be a thing. Like, someone's dead, I'm like, hey, there's a Mercy, they're gonna res, right? You think everyone would figure that out by now. Yeah. Missed. Ah. She just went around the backside. Did the...
Shake it off.
The McCree is occasionally missing though, so Ash isn't.
Everyone relax.
And res. Disengage.
Hello there.
Ash doesn't miss, and Verse her in the Ash's team bot. God, I don't fucking understand that bug. But it gutted their healing? Big deal.
Returning to battle.
To go on a rampage.
Repositioning.
My ultimate ability is charging.
Oh, and right around the corner. I want to see that kill cam. I don't know why my... I don't know why my Rocketing Fire does a kill. Prior nothing came out. There's still occasions that's an issue. I don't know what causes that.
Let's show him some air power.
Like the game just gobbles a key press. Could also be my mouse is dying. Could also be my mouse is dying. Looked the wrong way. Oh, I would have been fine if the Ash didn't shoot me. But guess what? The Ash instantaneously responds to everything. Weird, huh?
Shake it off. Repositioning.
Ash shot me, dropped me to 101. I died.
Coalescence is charging. I know. That's the hell.
System repair.
Bye, supports. Bye, tank. I don't care if I die. Work is done. But you died so many times. Look at the other DPS. He has 4 less deaths than you. He has 4 less deaths than you. Yeah. Okay, dude. Doing work. Good. Good heals. They're all right. Start the orgy regardless. This guy does occasionally miss. Not usual though. Free aim. This guy's definitely cheating too. You definitely see this guy's name. I don't know if this is a new account, though. You just read by plat and gold. Plat, that's not plat aim. Oh, look, he's GM now. Yep, someone lost their account. Either that or someone started cheating. Take your pick here, guys. What do you think it is? This guy started cheating, or he bought someone's account that sadly got compromised? Alright. Guy. It's probably a burner. Never kill me, though. And McCree had a set miss. All the shit. Like, we didn't even do that, like, poor, considering we were playing against people that are basically cheating. Goes to show you guys the only thing that matters in the game isn't just your aim. Yeah. Get for act that game. That's not super bad. That Ash was constantly looking directly at my position at exactly the Z height when I peek around the corner. She just pegged me in the face or the body.
Strike from above.
The reason she wasn't killing me was because I immediately peeked back and she wouldn't get a chance to two-tap me.
Now traveling to Busan.
Even if you have Dolby Digital on in the game, so imagine having positional audio on, it still does not give you Z height information. There's no vertical audio. So. Here. Yeah. This is the same flag.
Strike from above.
The knife's called Gracie. The axe is Carnage. And me? I'm your queen.
Lithuania? Lithuania's in Africa, isn't it?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Born.
Round 1. Capture.
Underway.
Why not?
You see me on my bike.
I'll watch it.
Enemy here. A new jump.
And hit me while I was dropping.
Excellent shield.
Oh my god. Oh.
Repositioning.
Yeah? No.
The objective
Aw.
is now active.
Shake it off.
Taking the objective.
En route. On the move.
Doesn't fucking miss. Good for him.
Wait till you see me on my bike.
Yeah.
Taking damage. Eyes on top. Taking to the air.
Very accurate, McCree.
Let's take him.
Good. Wow, that's really accurate. He also looks like he's looking at the guy through the truck just now. Wow, that's a really fucking accurate people on tonight. Around the 4 a.m. hour, guys. Good for them. Oh, yeah. She might actually have information on right now, though.
Health restored. Justice reigns from above.
God.
I see an enemy.
I had a chance to actually get that.
Positioning. All systems nominal. Aerial positioning underway. Огонь по готовности.
Yeah.
Enemy over here.
Automatic. Looking at people through walls. He was looking at Kira go through the wall just now. This guy's 100% cheating.
The skies
And
await.
Widow pretty sure is cheating as well.
Repositioning. Got something to kill here.
Came through bridge and trip. Yeah.
In the game. Taking off. Repositioning.
Group up with me.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Huh? Widow's actually missing now. Earlier in the match. Nope, she's not missing. She's not shooting at me.
Time to kick some tail.
Good.
Establishing aerial position. Let the keep guide you. Repositioning. I am securing the point. Let's take him to the wasteland.
Constructed use of space.
See ya. Taking the air. You're powered up. Get in the You better stay out of range. Justice reigns from above.
Yeah.
My rockets are fueled.
Good. Accuracy's not looking too hot though, but this is pretty there's not a whole lot to shoot at here, guys. You know, in the open you just die instantly, so yeah. Oh, you get the games like that. Good.
There is always
Good, good, good.
Wait till you see me on my butt. Watch your flanks. They might try something.
Hey, Chain.
Wait till you see me.
Doing some OWs? Oh my god, cheater lobbies? Lovely. I mean, I guess if you're about to die constantly and have your organs harvested Lithuania sounds pretty good. Fuck it. No. Shoot the Zarya. It is very difficult to convey that Zarya has no bubbles over ping system, guys. Or focus the Zarya.
Climbing the objective. Get over here.
Dead. Yeah.
I knew I could counter them.
Wants to aimbot grenade me.
Hold the objective.
I don't think so.
I'm literally fucking holding back like 3 people. No. Without our tank, so. Our tank was doing whatever the fuck they're doing with Tracer. When they need to be over there, and they weren't.
Shake it off. On the move. Well deserved.
Into the obvious.
Messy, but we got it done.
Taking care of you.
Oh. Oh, he was literally maybe 40 HP.
Positioning. Over there. Increasing altitude.
Not very good situational awareness, though. Oh, speaking of which, I could use that.
Now go get it.
Here, aimbot. Aimbot grenade. Good. Beautiful control of corners. Lo and behold, guys, when all you have is fucking aim, it doesn't do that much for you. Scary people are the people that fucking have aim bots, and they're actually good at the game too, which do exist, so. For us. For 6 HP. 6 fucking HP I saw there, guys. 6 fucking HP. Good. Okay. Let's see. I said both of them were cheating. Widow is no. The McCrew was tracking through walls. He is halfway through round 1. Third of the way. Shit. Take a look at this guy. Top 500. Nope. Was a diamond / gold. Hey. Uh-huh. Apparently. Tank is very much a decision-making class, guys, where you actually have to make good choices to do good as a tank. Less dependent on your accuracy and your aim, more dependent on playmaking, playmaking strategy and tactics, which is why I really want to play. I really want to play tank, but we haven't gotten to that point because I'm trying to iron out my aim. But alrighty, guys, we're gonna call things here for tonight, guys. Tomorrow will be more of the OW2s. Really fucking weird games tonight here, guys. We had Zim users. They're not really that uncommon, but they climb to the top of basically ELO, and you eventually run into them. I've only run into one good cross-platform player that wasn't using a Zim, and it's very easy to tell when someone's using a gamepad. It looks completely fucking different than keyboard and mouse. It's very easy to tell if people are on keyboard, if people are on console, they probably can easily pick it out too. If you're remotely cognizant of what your accuracy looks like or what your aim, other people's aim looks like. Yeah. But we're going to call things here tonight, guys. If you're new to the stream and you enjoyed the bullshit, you enjoyed the fun, make sure to follow up on the top right-hand corner. You stream every day from evening to late night, GMT-6, so 8 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time to 1 to 2 a.m. Give or take, depends what's going on in my life, what's happening, etc., guys, the usual shenanigans. But I'm out here for this evening, guys. Tomorrow will be more with OW2s. Continue on with our tweaking here. I think we got a pretty good idea of where to go with things, but we'll see. But alrighty, guys. I'm out here for this evening, guys. Thanks for watching my stream as always, and I hope you guys have a wonderfully fantastic Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Have a good day, guys.